You're onto a life transforming experience as Pastor Prince Abah brings you God's Word with deep insights and power. God bless you.
So I wanted to go. I said, okay, let me do it later. Then I remembered, because I have already gone to a point where they say billing. So I put my email, I stopped whatever. So I opened my email one day, 2 days to the program. I saw, they sent me email. You have not finished your whatever. What this. I looked at it, I said, I have projects to do now. I can't be paying, converting dollar now to be. And that was a day before, January 19th. My phone rang. Hello, are you Abah Chokodi? I said, yeah, 409 people. We're from HBS, Harvard Business School. This. Have you checked your email? I said, no. We sent you a code. You have a full scholarship. Full scholarship. I went and saw a code. There's a coupon store. I took the code, put inside the coupon. I entered the class. Entered the school. Free. From nowhere. And then, he knows now, the kind of ideas that God gives me about business, whatever, is seed, sacrifice. Because you obey God. You see, I don't know how to say this. You think you are whatever, you are losing and you are not whatever. You know, you are losing if you give up. You must finish to the end if you give up. There are crossroads. P came and told me last 2 weeks. He said, we are doing a school, whatever. Which one is your own? I said, he didn't know I'm going for the schools. Which one is your own? I said, discipleship. He said, discipleship. Okay. It was me, Pastor Nobs, PCJ, Reverend Ben, Pastor IG. Called us to Lagos, to Abuja. Inside the woods, the construction site. Talk. We're discussing. Got to a point, he looked at me. I said, your own is agriculture. Take it and develop the courses. I'm looking at the person, said, give me sight. I didn't want to take it. He didn't know I was going through the school. I want to finish the school to get all the networks, all the facilitators. In the next 6 months, 7 months, I will complete the school. There's another one now. You know, you study based on passion. You also study based on purpose. You look at prophecy. I don't care if you studied zoo. You find prophecy and say, this is what's going to happen in the future. You have to start studying towards that side to be relevant in the future. So I want to do an MBA. I said I must do an MBA, but any MBA I see MBA in this, MBA in this. I want to do an MBA in agribusiness management. I want to crack the agribusiness sector, crack it once and for all. I didn't know what to do. One day I sat on my laptop. God said, go to this place. I went. YouTube. Search for a message. I was sending a message. One advert came up. It was one school. He said, click it. I clicked it. He opened. He said, click again. I click again. I saw MBA, agribusiness. I enrolled. The good thing is that they are all online. So I looked at the order. I'm in 3 schools now. SPPG, School of Politics, Policy and Government. I'm in Rome Business School. We have a tour. In fact, by April, first week of April, we're supposed to go to Italy. This one now, SPPG, we're supposed to go to Singapore. I can't go to Italy because of camp meeting, that period. Then there's a June study tour for Rome Business School, France. Now I know how people get visa without running up and down. It's network. Just put your name. They tell you how much you pay. You get your visa. Someone say, I'm in Singapore today. Whatever. It's network. It's not his personal worry. If you go personal, they will bounce in. Tomorrow is Singapore. Tomorrow, then he now flew to Colombia. Then he now flew to US. Then flew to UK. He's saying he's there everywhere. It's network. He's in a network. Find your network. Yeah, that's not, I'm just talking about God's counsel, Network. And they're begging you. You send your passport, stay in your house. See how much you pay it. They send back your passport with stamp visa. Because the embassy is part of it. They're interested in it. So they're part of the school. Because they have to take you around. So you can go and spend money there. You go, they get more networks. The fact that you are an alumni in that place, ask any question. They now put us in a larger Lagos Business School alumni. I'm class 21, from class 1, all kinds of people. What do you want to ask now? They don't know that. Oh, God said, it was that sacrifice, the obedience you obeyed many years ago that is paying now. And you have not seen it pay yet. You see what I'm going to do with you. Time is up. I'm saying this because that's the first. He said, abide in me and I in you. For without me, you can do nothing. You can do nothing. Abide in me. You abide in him through fellowship. He abide in you through spirit infilling and counsel. If you abide in my words, you shall ask whatsoever you want. You want to go get God's counsel? This book is alive. God is alive. When I come to the subject of, that's the subject of faith is what I was saying is the third thing, but I can't touch that one. It's a simple thing. People don't even know what faith is. Say faith. You say, what is faith? What is faith? Faith is not that you think it is. Faith is a simple matter. There's a great emphasis right now that God is making concerning the issue of the Great Commission. I will discuss it tomorrow. When we talk about God's counsel, if you are with God, any of you here that is with God, you will understand that. He said, go and make disciples of all nations. Disciples. He didn't say, go and win souls. Disciples, disciples, disciples. Like he will say, go and make doctors. He didn't say, go and get jambites. The dominion mandate was given to Adam. He was not fallen. When he fell, Jesus had to come to bring us back to that state Adam was before he fell. So we can continue the dominion mandate. It's the dominion mandate. So redemption is just jump. Because man had fallen to bring in the divine nature again. So we can now start from where they gave Adam instruction to go. He said, be fruitful, multiply. Replenish the earth and what? Subdue it, manage it. It means tame it. You don't tame it just by spirituality. You tame it by putting something in your mind. He said, let your kingdom come. Let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. How does heaven look like? That's how earth should look like. Starting with your own Garden of Eden. How does God look like? That's how heaven looks like. Because you are like God in the inside. Your environment should be like heaven. So you have to develop yourself, the nature that you have, and express it in the outside to subdue your environment. Subdue the sphere you find yourself. It starts with redemption. And the process is discipleship. It's not only discipleship in the area of spirituality. Because there's a character development, spiritual development. There's also intellectual development. You have to develop your mind to be able to develop the environment. And the good thing about this season, you must not go to EPSU. You can sit in your room. I said, after this thing, I'm going to end this room business school around August. By October, whatever, I started a PhD inside my room. It's 10 months. Masters. Started a PhD. Online. They just give you intravenous injection. You know what it means? In schools, they don't give it in these traditional schools. They give all the kinds of courses just to make up the points. Junk. But here they give you the relevant courses you need. That's how they study abroad. And that certificate is 2 schools. Masters in this school and masters in this school. 2 certificates. 2 different schools. And it's world class. So what area is that area? You have to start developing yourself. As you begin to hear the secular people talk, because you have the sieve of this divine nature, then you have developed yourself in the principles and values of the kingdom. Because what these guys are doing in the Harvard Business School, they are getting more Africans. They put all of us Africans in one group, WhatsApp group. Because I looked at, didn't see any white man, and put the administrator in that group to monitor us. And that, of course, they were arguing in that place. They want to see what you have. You see, they throw something, ideas, they give you templates to develop, put ideas, put how you do it, whatever. Then they take it and give to somebody abroad, and they give somebody, they want abroad to you. So you send ideas. So you develop your ideas, develop my ideas, because it's a group work. Then they begin to brainwash you. They want minds that can penetrate Africa for them in the area of agribusiness. So if you don't have the principles and the voice of the kingdom, you won't know what to sieve out. They have principles that work. They have principles that indoctrinate. So that's why people, when they are not trained in the kingdom lifestyle, on kingdom information, they go on the spheres and they are swallowed. They don't know which one is right, which one is wrong. I saw a pastor that opened acceptance speech of Tinubu. The pastor came. In fact, in that one, before Tinubu got up, they were singing praise and worship. It means they are Christians. Some are born again. A pastor now got up there and prayed a prayer and thanked God for the victory. That is a wrong footing. That pastor should not be found in that place. He does not understand the values of the kingdom. The kingdom has values. God's kingdom has values. The kingdom of the world, they have their own values. They are different values. You should be found around that place. So you are bringing God into something that is false. Upon falsehood. It means that pastor does not have values for the kingdom. He knows how to speak in tongues, how to whatever, how to heal the sick, but he cannot transform society. He can't even transform himself or anybody in his church. How much more society? In heaven, there's politics. But how is it done in heaven? That's how it should be done on earth. In heaven, because heaven is reflection of earth. In heaven, there's economy. In heaven, there's media. What are the processes? What are the structures and systems of heaven we have to download? And the values and principles and virtues in these spheres so that you imbibe them inside of you. Then when you step into that place, you change that. You see, Pt3, I don't know whether he's born again, but their values is God that taught him those values. And you see how strong those values are overpowering all the other values of the world. And when you see the right value, righteousness, people know this righteousness. They follow righteousness. People want to see righteousness. They don't want to see darkness. And they persecute you for it. But they want to see righteousness. Then they will follow you. Say, this is a good man. Let's follow him. God, we have seen darkness everywhere. We don't want it again. So this one will know. See the way he behaves. See, they have searched him. The whole Nigeria went and unpacked him. They didn't find anything. There's something about that guy. They unpacked the guy, searched everywhere. They didn't find one single case. Just like Daniel. People like that, fine. This is just, all tools are parallel. Watch Daniel. People with that kind of character are those that transform society. They overturn policies, they overturn structures, evil structures in societies, and they superimpose the kingdom structures in that environment. Go and check. See? Go and make disciples of all nations. Teaching them. How do you make disciples? Teaching them to what? Obey the things I've taught you. To obey. You are going to make disciples, not to make converts. Because of the fallen nature of man, you have to bring the gospel of salvation first. Then bring him now. Then start the process. So you have brought him. He has now gotten admission. He has to become a medical doctor. You have to start the process of discipleship. You need to know what the tools. You that is discipling that person must have the tools. The spiritual tools and moral tools. The intellectual tools, because if you want to raise a media personnel, after you have dealt with spiritual and moral dimension, you must have something in your head on how to bring the kingdom dimension of media, the kingdom dimension of media. So when he enters that place, that light shines in that place and overpowers. And the kingdom dimension of this aspect, they always bring results. No sorrow is joy, peace, results, manifest. Things change. That's why I say when righteous is in authority, people rejoice. When everyone is there, people are always angry. And you see, this is what I'll talk about tomorrow. You must learn how to study. You must. It's a must. You are going nowhere if you don't know how to study. Someone asked me, Pastor, why do you buy books like this? You buy cartons. I buy books in cartons. I buy in cartons. I don't buy books one, maybe I'm just passing. I want to go and buy books. I buy in cartons. If you go to my study, when you come to my house, you will see, you have not come recently here. I have them packed somewhere that I have some, I 4 grams good that can't enter. I'm building other shelves. You see, okay, you didn't come inside. Did you look into that place? You say, Pastor, will you finish all these books? No. There are some books I'll finish. There are some I will not finish. Do you finish all the books in your library, your school? They give you a project to write. You get 4 or 5 books. This one has this side. This one has that side. This one has this side. You pick the point and have the whole picture. It's called study. There's something you are looking, a gap. There's a gap, a revelation gap you are looking at. At every point of your growth, there will be a gap. There's a question you're asking. How does faith work, for example? How does it work? You don't know how it works, but you have whatever. You go and study. You see 5 faith books. You are looking, you know what you are looking for. You check the topics, you look. It's not there. You see the topics, you read. You find it. You put that one. Then you fill that gap. Then the next one, how does faith manifest? It's called study. There's reading the Bible, there's studying the Bible. There's reading a book and there's what's called doing research. You get what I'm saying? And doing research is not what you do with bread in your mouth. It's what you do in hours upon hours. You get tired, you go and take your bath, you sleep, wake up, you continue hours upon hours until you cannot change anything. It's garbage in, garbage out. Garbage in. Like as I live now, I won't have assignments. I have a class going on. But because my class, after they leave the stuff for you to go through it, just mark attendance because I have to preach. If I go back, I have another class I did in the weekend. 2 classes. And you see, the class, sometimes they'll start by 10, end by 5:30. They're bombarding you. It's like, when you want to drink this water now, there's straw, use straw. Like a tanker comes, 5 tankers. And they bring their pipes, put in your mouth. And they open their tap. It's too much. So after, you have to go back and digest it. And digest it. And digest it. Because you have to digest it. To be able to be a major player in that field. Then you have to start practicing it. I'm talking about the intellectual world. Tomorrow I'll talk about the spiritual development. All these men, by the end of it, will be giants. In that M&A alone, we are planting 120 churches between now and camp meeting. And it's on now. Then other people are planting their own. Our goal this year is 1,000 churches. 12,000 cells. It's very simple. Go and make disciples of all nations. Teaching them to observe. I will show you the technique. When I tell you this tomorrow, you will now understand what your pastor has been telling you for all these years. You have people under you have raised. Whether it's your G12 cell. All of you leaders I know should have your G12. If I ask you, show me your 12. Can you show me your 12? You're wasting your life. You just filled your tank, 100 liters with fuel. You found a very convenient roundabout and you began to make motion around it. You say, I'm moving, but you're not going anywhere. But you are moving. You are moving. Ever learning. Ever learning. You can preach it. You can manifest. They say, wow, that guy is dangerous. It's your result that must speak. Let your result speak. When they say, where's your result? You say, see these souls. See these cells. It's through me they were all planted. If I tell you now, you come on Sunday, this is the last meeting on Sunday, and I ask you a question. I say, point out one person that is standing in this church because of you. Can you point out? You see, you have been marking time. You say, why Kumba down the ground? You say, cut it down. You say, Master, please, to give you one more year. Why are you collecting nutrients and all those things? All the world, everything. That's why I say this person is suffering. He's suffering because he does not know how to do it. He's suffering because there's something going on. And it gets to a point, he gets tired. Okay, my book is out. I think I'm through. Let me even say one thing. This number here should be times 2 on Sunday. It's not hard. What does that scripture mean? Yes, the discipleship, you have to know is the dimension you have developed, it transformed. You have 3 major dimensions and other dimensions. You have to develop all those dimensions so you can be a holistic Christian that is able to disciple in all dimensions based on you can't disciple every sphere. You have to find your own sphere and focus on it and take that one. So your own nation, your own ethnos. So go into all the world and make disciples. I go and pick this guy, teaching them to observe. Keep your book. I pick him. I will show you tomorrow how it's done. I take him. I know A. Sit down. From A to Z, I've mastered A. I teach him A. I don't go to learn B. Teach him B. C until he gets to Z. Say, wow, that's a disciple. Hereby, you are hereby deployed. He can't deploy nowhere. That's why they're eating too much food. They cannot move. And they've worn suits and they've tested the pulpit. So how can I get myself outside? Discipleship is simple. I got born again. I got him born again. I'll show you how tomorrow. All of you are going to be giants. You will see. Major giants. You have your churches. They will say, what happened to Pristine Hill? All of a sudden, they have 50 branches in 1 year. Can I count it? If you're a leader, stand up. A leader. Stand. Those are here. Stand, just stand. Okay. 1, 2, okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I will leave your wife. She's pregnant. 9, 10, 11. This is 11 churches can be planted between now and Sunday. 11 churches. These are 11 people. They did not say grow. Planting. Planting. 2 people. You put seed in the ground. You are planted. There's planting. There's growing. There's multiplying. They are in different phases. Planting first. It's I'll do one big whatever so I can plant it. No, plant one. You are one person. Plant it. Let it be planted. Make it consolidate. Let it plant. I go and find this. I map out my environment. I check out the assets in that environment. Barbing salons, banks, whatever. I look at all of them. I say, okay, where do I start from? I start from somewhere. I get this soul. I went into Christ. I teach him 1 or 2 things. I'll show you tomorrow. So I teach him. We teach them and say sit. No, I teach you today. On Monday. We'll meet again. Monday or Tuesday or whatever. When we meet again, show me who you have taught what I taught you. So you come. You find somebody. Teach that lady. It's prophetic. You teach her. Are you comfortable? Can you move around? I taught him on Monday. Maybe Monday or Tuesday. What I taught him, he must share with somebody. That's how he grows. In obeying what the command of Jesus I taught him, he starts the process of discipleship. That you sat down there and sat and everything entered you does not mean you're a disciple. Disciples obey. In practicing, you become a disciple. So somebody that got born again now can be a disciple faster than a person that got born again 5 years ago. That is pastoring him. He knows more than him. He has more resource than him. He's more transformed. Because in obeying, he said, they that are blessed are they that do the work. So the ones that are obeying the word are the ones that are transformed. So he has taken the word, he imbibes it, he takes it and teaches somebody else. As he does that, he will convince this person. We're going to see again this time. Come. Are you embarrassed? He'll go and teach somebody. When he's through, he tells him, he'll go and teach somebody. By the time I see him on Sunday, I'm the one I taught him. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. First generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation of disciples. What have they learned? A, that I know. They've learned the A. You cannot take discipleship. Discipleship is not after 1 month you have gone for preaching here, Leadership Academy or Discipleship Academy, and you are a disciple. No, that one is just to refresh you, just to giving you more money. But for time meet on Monday, I've gotten one that has obeyed, and in obedience they experience the word. It's not more story by themselves. They experience. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So in a week, I've planted 1, 2, 3, 4 cells. Oh, we're going to meet again on Tuesday. Once a week. As you are meeting, you might be bringing all these people, or you're not bringing them. By that time, he has gotten other people. Just find a day you meet. Maybe you come in a week. If he's doing his work, he might have 7 people. 5 people. This one is doing his own. As you are sharing, it's expanding. That's why it's called disciple making movement. It gets to a point you can't have record. Then when you have done to an extent, you have covered a place, saturated that place, you now talk about, let's now switch to the mode of growing. There's planting, there's growing. There's planting, there's growing. There's planting, there's growing. You have to plant. When you plant, you raise disciples. And you get more people. As you are planting and you are bringing more people, you're raising disciples, you are growing. Then you get to a point, you say, I want to now multiply. You now disperse the disciples. And then by that you disperse them, maybe there are 12 of them. You have 12 churches. Or 12 cells. Any outreach, listen to me carefully. Any outreach, sowing endeavor, evangelism activity, that does not plant a cell or a church is a waste of time. The essence of evangelism is to plant a church. I sent you to go and bring forth your fruit and it will remain. Because you pluck tomato fruits, you have to process them to remain. You process them in small groups. Tomato pastes, so you can stay a longer time. Stew, so you can stay a longer time. If they are not processed, they cannot remain. So you say, I'm going for outreach. No. You can't say, I'm going to write jam. No, you want to be a doctor. Did you hear what I said? What you want to do is to be a doctor, but the pathway is jump. What you want to do is go and plant a job, but the pathway is outreach. What you want to do is go and plant a cell, but the pathway is soul winning. You cannot say you went and won a soul in a street and there's no cell there. When you win the soul, you must plant a cell. Anytime you win, you go 7 days in a week to win, you 7 cells you are planting. You cannot plant a cell and give birth to a child and leave him in the hospital and go home. Tell the person, okay, wow, do you like what happened? See you are crying, whatever. And God gets healed. He said, I'm coming again tomorrow. I'll call you. Call your friends. Let's talk about this thing again. Those that need help, let them come. You don't start saying. After a while, formalize it. When you now formalize it with maybe a manual or whatever. It could be every day you are doing it. It could be once a week. That's a cell. You cannot say you're going to win so and we went for evangelism on Sunday and there is no cell. It's a waste of time. Don't say I'm going to win so. Say I'm going to plant cell. Say this Sunday, every Saturday is cell planting day, not soul winning day. Are you getting what I'm saying? Tomorrow we'll discuss this. Tomorrow. By Sunday, maybe election we will. Next Sunday, if you do this, I dare you to obey John chapter 15 verse 16. I dare you. He said, you have not chosen me, I have chosen you and I have sent you to go and bring forth fruit and your fruit will remain. And whatsoever you ask the Father in my name, command with an incentive. You know why he said fruit should remain? They did not divide it. They did not say win soul and later it will remain. He said as you are winning the soul, you are planting the cell. Then ask God what you desire. I dare you. Find the hardest case, prayer point you have. Take that scripture. Just obey that scripture. You will get your answer in your hands. I dare you. You can't sit down here and say, I'm working for Zenny Bank, but I won't go to work. And end of the month they pay you. Forget it. No matter how you pray to the manager, he will not pay you. You can't say, I'm working for Zenny Bank and I'll come to work anytime I want to come to work. And I know this is my job description, but I will not do it. I do what I like, whatever. And you finish activity in what you like, finish and go home. And end of the month, what you get is query. You cannot work in UBA and be paid in Access Bank. You cannot finish running up and down. And then you have problem. Now cry, oh Lord. No. He watches over his people. He said, teach us to number our days, not months. Oh, I'm +1 today. New Year things. No, days. So we can apply our hearts to wisdom. And he that winneth a soul is wise. So winning is wisdom. You said it here. Every day, God, from morning till night, he looks out for something he wishes to bless you. And when angels rejoice over you because of soul you won, because when you talk about the ministry of angels, you talk about answer prayers. Angels are the ones deployed to answer prayers. So you need to, very simple things. It's not, we just do all kinds of things and we are blaming God. As if God is a wicked God. You don't play, you go to play basketball, you're kicking the ball. It's foul. You enter football to play, you carry the ball in your hand. It's foul. The referee say it's foul. You say it's not foul, it's not foul. I'm not playing again. That's what people are doing in Christianity. You want to make your own rule in God's kingdom. You go to any bank, you make your own rule. No, you leave your rule and play according to the rules of where you are working. There are rules of the kingdom and it's stipulated in the scriptures. Okay. Please come. Don't worry. You come. I know why. I don't know why. Zikati Kuman. Mother God Etta. Do you know her? She's in church. This girl will preach the gospel. This girl will do miracles, signs and wonders. And it's not much she would know. She will start having a with God and you see how she will start stepping into things. Don't believe me, don't worry. What happens is that God speaks to us, will tell you, his name will confirm it. And the Lord was with them, walking with them, confirming their words with signs following. So forget about what I said. I'm saying what he said. So he's left to God to confirm it. It's not my business. If you confirm it, believe it. Of course, you don't confirm it, don't worry about it. Don't forget about what I said. But I know what I'm saying. He says, just stay. He says, one more person. I need a lady. Come. You are Jesus. No, come here. Stand by your side. You are Jesus. She's God. Why did I call you God? I don't know why. Watch. I'm a soul winner. He's a soul. Jesus said, if you confess me before men, I will confess you before the angels of God. If you confess me before men, I will confess you before God. It's automatic. I'm a believer. Unbeliever. Jesus, God. Arsenal fan, Man U fan. Hi, how far? Now Liverpool just given a 7-0 like that. There must be a place of commonality where the Jesus starts. In a while, this one. Jesus is watching for me to tell him about Jesus. Jesus will tell God about me. Jesus is watching for me to tell him about Jesus. So he can tell angels about me. Imagine if Jesus tells God about you every day. Which prayer will you pray and will not be answered? I say, I dare you. Take one soul every day for 7 days. You see how God will change your life forever. That's why he died. You cannot carry God's body. He will not carry your body. You're not carrying his body, so he can't carry your body. It's a covenant. He can't break his covenant. God bless you. You preach it. What's the name? You preach the gospel. Are you aware? Do you know? You've seen it before? In a dream? Or what? Conscript her. Impact her. Ask God to give her encounters. She'll carry glory. Then disciple her. Amen.
For the continuation of this message, please play the next track.